Dream apart. 45, 46,
47.
47. Right. 47.
What's going on? Thank you for tuning in to episode 17 of the Stimulus Podcast. My name is Deron Shields, aka Melody, aka the Commissioner, aka Blue Skittles, and I am co-host of said podcast. And I'm gonna let my co-host introduce himself.
My name is Vision, like sight, VYSON. Go get that mathematics. Streaming on all platforms.
Matter
Welcome
of
to the
fact,
Stimulus Podcast.
yeah, thank y'all for coming back to episode 17 of the Stimulus Podcast. We fell off a little bit, but we're getting right back on. There's a lot going on topic-wise. Of course, coronavirus and 2020 have still, been kind of taking the forefront as far as topic-wise, but there's been a lot of other stuff going on this week and this year, just in general. But I guess as usual, though, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, when we get into our icebreaker to get that going and get it started off as we should. Is that a drum roll?
Huh?
It's like, that's the bubble of the thing. I thought somebody was like knocking on something. Like that's what it sounded like. But let me see. Would you rather, as usual, it will be our icebreaker for this episode. Actually, let me put the banner up here. How's your week been going?
It's been going kind of good, actually. I might as well tell the people this. Part of the reason why we couldn't, a lot of reason why we couldn't record is because of me. I was doing a lot of shit unintentionally. Though I was promoting this single and got invited to do a live session to perform a few songs at the social with Sapo. So I couldn't pass it up. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. But it's been going pretty good.
I was about to say, speaking of Sapo, I just got my my card in the mail, my med card in the mail. I finally got it.
Hey.
I was just over there the other day though, like working on some graphic stuff. I sat up there with my laptop and chilled and stuff. So, shout out to the Vehicle City Social.
Man, that spot is so nice, man.
Yeah, I'm really liking it a lot. I go up there I'm going up there more and more as time is going by. And now that I got my card too, it's easier. I ain't got to bring a little paper with me and stuff. It's gonna be dope just being able to go up there and just chill.
Yeah, I'm gonna start hitting it up there with you. Just let me know when you go up there.
Okay, cool. But yeah, thank y'all for coming to episode 17. But as usual, we're gonna go into our icebreaker. Let me it's gonna be Would You Rather, and let me share my screen so we can go to it. And we're just gonna do the same number thing that we typically do. Do a couple of these. So what a number between 1 and 200?
41.
41? Okay. Fittingly. 41, 41, 42. We did this one. I think we did this one last time. We did this the edible spaghetti hair or the.
Oh yeah, we did. Okay. What about 47?
Okay. 47. Okay, 47. Would you rather have skin that changes color based on your emotions or tattoos appear all over your body depicting what you did yesterday?
Give me the skin.
Yeah, that was my initial thought, just because a tattoo depicting that's way more detail.
Way more.
But
it's like hieroglyphics on your arm.
And it's changing every day. Like every single day you got different tattoos all over you. But then you would be changing color, like if you was like mad or embarrassed or whatever.
Yeah, you would just have to keep your cool all the time.
I wondered what color would that be? Keeping my cool, like
I'm guessing regular.
Just neutral.
Yeah, and then when you start to feel like one emotion overcome you, you be that color. But if you balance, then you just neutral.
You just a human mood ring, basically. Yeah, so I would go realistically and logically, I would go with the skin. All right, I'm gonna go to my number, which I'm gonna say 61.
I did 61.
Yeah. 62.
Wait, gotta say all my numbers like him, man. The GOAT.
Would you rather live without the internet or live without AC and heating?
The internet.
You would rather live without the internet?
Hell yeah. What summer it'd be baking. Shit, in the winter be cold, nigga. Shit, I'll be straight without the
Yeah, that
internet.
that's one I haven't had. Most people like it get hot, and you be in the house and sometimes still be hot. But I ain't never been in a
Mhm.
house where it's like it's still cold no matter what.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I mean, I have.
I mean, yeah, I've definitely like been like where like the heat was off or something like that, but not like consistently, just like
Yeah.
because of some kind of weird circumstance.
But if that heat wasn't on,
It had
you,
blankets. It's built a whole fort igloo
hell
in the
yeah,
house.
you have to like insulate your shit really good.
Um, so yeah, the internet. I mean, like while the internet is like something we become used to and like I don't know, like depend on for a lot of stuff. Like I don't know. I think it's it's like almost like how they talk about too much of a good thing. Like it's a
Yeah.
good tool, but I feel like it's become a lot of other things other than just like a useful tool. Um,
Yeah, I would just have
so
somebody else upload my music. I
yeah,
ain't
just
gotta
be
be on
handing
there.
off stuff to people.
Yeah, I just get a manager and be like, "You got the internet, right? All right, here you go."
um, hmm. I mean that would be the biggest. I almost want to say that would be the biggest adjustment. Like because if you don't use the internet at all, well, I guess it's
Because
not necessarily not using like electronics. It's just the internet.
that's the
So
internet.
like
Yeah.
I can play a DVD and that's not on the internet.
Yup.
Okay. Okay. Uh yeah, I go without the internet. I had to I had to break it down a little bit to myself to to make sure I felt like that.
We'll have to figure out how to get around this shit to do the show, but we'll figure it
Yeah.
out. Something
Right.
to be done.
Yeah, it's something I don't know. We'll film it on a cassette or
That's why I say
something.
we pre-recorded and then
Yeah.
just give it to somebody to upload.
All right. Well, I guess we usually do what, two each, or do we do just two in general? I can't remember.
I think maybe two each.
All right, so
Uh,
yeah, so pick one more number between one. I think you're right. Pick
45.
45.
Yeah.
Would you rather have all dogs try to attack you when they see you, or all birds try to attack you when they see you? So all birds or all dogs just like attack you when you see them.
Man, it's like maybe I probably could get away from dogs, but birds be flying. Like I
Yeah,
try to hop the fence, the bird be like
yeah, you're right
still
there.
over my head. So I probably had to say dogs.
You ever seen the movie The Birds?
Yes, and that's what
That
I'm saying.
yeah,
Like,
that movie kind of freaked me out as a kid. Like
man, me too.
I was
Mom's
pretty young.
mom was on there. Or it's a little girl on there that look like mom.
The, like Marquita.
Yeah, because Sadie was showing me. That's cause I had never seen the movie when I was younger, and Sadie kept telling me like, "This girl on there look just like your sister, got her glasses poked out." No, I was like, "Dang,
Um.
she do kind of look like her."
So yeah, all dogs attack you when they see you, or all birds attack you when they see you. Um. And dogs would. I feel like dogs would be. I don't know. Like dogs seem like it was more like that's more of a threat to my life. I feel like a bird can hit me from above and I can just like but it depends on how many birds though. Like
Yeah, and what kind of birds too? Because you got vultures, you got big ass birds like hawks, eagles. That
dang, where
motherfuckers that just be grabbing like fucking goats off cliffs and just dropping them to their
yeah,
death. Like,
falcons and stuff.
yeah, man.
Um, yeah, I see. Like I hate to like break them down, like because there's no explanation built in it. It just says like, would you rather this or that? Cause I'm like, where do I live? Like, what kind of birds are in my area? Like,
Right.
realistically, I try to really like
I wouldn't want
flesh
to
it out.
get attacked by no birds in this area. We got hawks and shit,
Hawks, yeah,
around here. And them bitches hawks are big, dog. Like, I didn't
yeah.
really realize how big they were until I started seeing them. And then I started seeing them bitches on the ground and shit. And I'm like, them motherfuckers are kind of big. Like,
But then all like a bunch of dogs, like, because then you got all kinds of dogs that would like some of them might be like less or more or less vicious.
you do.
Um,
I'll take my chances with like a chihuahua. Like, I'll beat the shit out of a chihuahua. I'll be like,
but
oh,
like
nigga.
think about how many people in Flint got like pit bulls and stuff. Like
Hella.
every pit bull. But I
Yeah.
mean, if they like chained up, then it's one thing. But like it's just a straight pit bull. That boy coming, like it see you.
Yeah.
So in this world, or in this scenario is coming at you,
I
and
still
every
just
other
feel like
one.
I could fight a dog better than I could fight a bird. Because like a
Mm,
dog, really, all I gotta worry about is just one point, like just the mouth. That's really all.
yeah,
That's the only thing that really is gonna give me any trouble. Like the claw, like the little, I could deal with them scratches. I lock that mouth up, it's a wrap, and I'm
yeah,
punching him in the nose. I'm
mess
not
him
one
up,
head like punching him in the nose because dogs' nose is sensitive, most
sensitive.
sensitive
Yeah,
spot. Yeah, so it's like I'm tearing that nose up like until he like
right. Make
I'm
him say
tearing.
uncle.
Right. Make that nigga say vision.
have him in the have him in the head like um uh I don't know, like in my mind I see the dogs though as like I would have I'm thinking about like a group of dogs like versus
I
like a group
feel
of birds, like 5 birds versus 5 dogs. I think the dogs is really way more of a threat. 5 birds is going they gonna nick me and they gonna like I mean it does depend on the bird, but I mean I don't know.
but you
I'll take them birds. I'm gonna take them birds. Like
okay for sure.
I can't. I don't think the dogs. I don't know. I ain't never really been attacked by a dog though before. I've been bitten, but not like on. It wasn't like it was like almost like a play bite that went a little harder than it was supposed to.
Yeah, yeah. I've been able to outrun dogs, or I've been in groups where I haven't been the slowest. So you know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah,
know I could probably get away from a dog. My
yeah.
just my thought process is like birds, you can't really get away from them bitches, and they always be in like flocks. Like you'll see a dog like by
Mm.
itself, but you'll never see a bird lonesome. You'll never see really a bird dolo. Like it's at least two, three of them bitches together.
But I feel like three like for every one dog, I feel like the equivalent is probably like 3 or 4 birds.
Probably
Like,
so.
cause one bird ain't gonna do nothing. I'll tear one bird up just like with my hand. It's not like eventually, like it'll probably get a couple licks in before I kind of I gotta catch it at the right moment. But I'll tear that boy up if I had to. If it came down to it, I'll tear a pigeon up.
I would
Pigeon,
too.
seagull. Am I freezing? Is freezing up? Okay.
Oh, you good?
But
But imagine them bitches just flying over in that little V that they flying over and they just see you. They spot you in the corner of their eye and
you
they just
just
like, oh, beelines.
yeah, you just yeah. I mean, it would be now. I would be. I guess in either situation, like just being inside is probably gonna like be your best bet. Like not being outside
Yeah.
for very long, like not letting them see you.
I just keep me a pistol with me.
Yeah, I just had like a skeet shooter or like a shotgun. Pow!
Boom!
Just taking like 2 or 3 out of them at the same time, or out of them out at the same time. Pow!
Talking to the
Pow!
motherfuckers. You see what I just did to them? I'm finna eat some
Yeah,
chicken tonight, nigga.
and just be prepared. Like I know what I signed up for. But that was your second one, right?
Uh huh.
Okay, so let me do mine.
That'd be crazy. You probably could eat all the chicken and turkey you wanted, though.
Right, just killing birds all the time. They always around.
I
Okay,
just
I'm
go to a farm, like, bah, it attacked me.
I picked number 101. It
Okay.
says, "Would you rather never run out of battery power for whatever phone and tablet you own, or always have free Wi-Fi wherever you go?" Wi-Fi.
Yep.
It's
I
just
got to charge.
yeah. I'm already adjusted to having to charge stuff.
Right. I mean, it ain't gonna be no much different, but shit, nigga, what? Wi-Fi everywhere, whenever I go,
Free Wi-Fi.
wherever I go.
Free Wi-Fi wherever you go.
Man, I could be in a Bermuda Triangle getting that Wi-Fi.
Yeah, wherever you go. I mean, yeah, that's a pretty straight, clear cut one. I feel like
Yeah.
battery because what you just want your phone to be on all the time, or like
All right.
never have to charge it.
Sometimes you want your battery to run out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that location. I mean, I want. Can they track your location like when the phone is completely off, like the battery is off? I feel like it. I don't think what would be like generating a signal to
Yeah, I
give
don't
them
think that they can.
a tablet you own, phone and tablet you own. Yeah, that's a no brainer. But I'm gonna go ahead and move us on into the next topic because it's like 6 topics that we could talk about. I don't know how many we will talk about, but first, well, yeah,
That's,
first I want to do the our little numbers because we haven't done this in a minute too. Looking at the numbers and seeing like where we at Because I think last time we looked, it was like 179,000 or something like that.
Something crazy. Man, I'm so ready to be over this shit though. Like honestly, like it's crazy, man. It really just changed like the whole dynamic of like living. Like you really
Yeah.
can't do shit without. I know we've been talking about this. Like grab my keys, grab. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like Jill Scott, grab my keys, grab my
Yeah.
grits. Like
Grits.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I gotta grab my mask. Like and it's crazy. Like I have to have like a backup mask now too. Like I got two of them bitches. So because I've left one in the car or left one at the house and then been out. And gotta go buy
Yep.
another one at the gas station. That shit is crazy, bro.
So let me just take a look at where we at right now. I'm gonna go worldwide. I'm sharing my tab, ain't I? You seeing this?
Yes, sir.
All right. So now it's saying, okay, just starting with the cases. So it's 25.1 million cases. This is worldwide. 16.5 million recoveries, 844,000 deaths, and then in the United States, it's 186,000 deaths.
Mm.
So they're getting. We probably gonna hit 200,000. Like it seemed like it's like somewhat steadily going up. Like,
Most definitely.
and it's gonna be almost probably a million. Because if we get what,
Worldwide.
yeah, a million worldwide deaths. If
Mm-hmm.
because if we get another what 14 thousand, we at 200,000, and then yeah, we gonna be the whole world gonna be at like a million pretty soon. It's seeming like if it keep going like it's going.
I wonder what China's numbers are realistically. Like, I think they
Uh,
be, I think they be falsifying their shit because they said that they like about cured over there and it's not around.
yeah, I did read that. Like how y'all?
I can kind of see. I mean, because like okay, if it's something do go somewhere or be somewhere, even like a spill or something. Like I'm just thinking logically like that. It's gonna be bad at the initial spot, and then it's gonna spread, and then you be able to clean up a little bit at the initial spot. But it just seemed like it would still be a hell of a lot of people there to have it.
So it's a right here. It's a China mainland. I don't know like what's the difference between mainland and something else, but it's a they cases 85,000. Recoveries are 80,000. So almost all the people that got it recovered. It looked like, and then
Right.
it's a 4,634 deaths. So like that. I mean, and I think
I think
China
it
got a
may
pretty big population on it.
they do. Yeah, I think they may be talking about like the mainland because it's hella islands on China, like in China. Like it's like they got
Oh,
like
okay.
little islands separating like different like little places. Like some places are like a little more modern, and then a lot of places are hella rural, like kind of almost ancient Chinese.
Yeah. So yeah, so that I mean theirs and ours is like way it's kind of disproportionate. Like they got a lot of people and like very little.
Yeah, and that's why I say like that shit don't seem right. It don't seem like those numbers are accurate. You got damn near majority of the population of the world, yet your numbers are the lowest in the world.
And it started there. Like how
Right? Yeah. How is that?
so yeah, I think it's definitely like coronavirus in general kind of halted the like I feel like the pace of like just life in general. Like stuff just is not happening. Like the mail is slowing down and stuff like that, and packages is taking like they being delayed, being delivered and stuff like that.
Man, what? Tell me about it. I'm getting packages from like fucking March.
Yeah,
I just got a package the other day from March, like a hoodie, and I'm
man.
like, I forgot about that bitch. I'm like, what is this? And I'm like, oh damn, man, I forgot about this hoodie. I'm like, bet I'm happy because I'm like, damn, I really wanted the hoodie. I still got other shit out there, like,
And I just ordered a couple pieces of photo gear, and I got I ordered it for this wedding I'm shooting. So I'm hoping that it get here in time. It's scheduled to, but we gonna see. I think my last package it said it was gonna get delayed, and then it ended up coming on time. I
hmm
think so.
yeah,
We'll see if I get lucky with this one.
yeah. Newer ones I've been like sending out orders and stuff. They've been kind of coming back a little faster, but the ones from earlier in the year, shit, like when niggas was buying everything with the stimulus and shit.
Yep.
And I was just trying to get a little bit of this and that. It's just like but niggas flooded the mail system with that.
Yeah, I think they didn't they say that it wasn't going to be another stimulus like payment issued out.
They say it wasn't. They say it was. Like I doubt it will. I doubt it will be. And if it is, it's gonna be like hella late. Like niggas gonna get it and be like, okay, I'm already adjusted to this. You know, penny pinching.
Yeah. Um, but I'm gonna get us into our next topic. So, have you heard? I'm assuming you've heard about what's his name, Jacob Blake.
I have.
Did you see the video?
Yeah, I got into an argument about with somebody on YouTube yesterday about this shit.
Oh, about what they say? Like
Not
they say.
about Jacob Blake, but about the protest that happened in Wisconsin, and
Oh, okay.
about the teen shooting people and whatnot like that. And they were saying basically that the boy was innocent.
Oh yeah, Kyle, whatever, written, whatever.
Hmm.
Dang, yeah. Let's get into this. So, for those who don't know, Jacob Blake, um, let me see. I got a video right here. I might be able to display this, but because I don't have all the detail, I saw the video and all that stuff, but
Crazy thing is, I thought that he was dead.
yeah, I think everybody just because like it was like it kind of felt like the same old same.
It
We
just felt like the same scene. Like
uh
we've seen this
you
before.
so it seemed like you just assumed that he would be dead because they usually end up dying.
Yeah,
But
but this nigga paralyzed. And then the crazy thing is, I was listening to a video of somebody reporting about it, and they were saying that they had just took him off of, took the handcuffs off of him at the hospital. So I'm like, this nigga been sitting up in the bed paralyzed, and y'all still got this nigga handcuffed
oh
after
yeah,
y'all
I
shot
did.
this nigga.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's
like
crazy, bro. Like what?
yeah. But I'm gonna play some of this video. I'm assuming this is gonna give us some more details or whatever about the whole thing. So let me. I think I shared my audio. Tell me if you can hear this here. Hold on.
Moved his handcuffs. Blake is
Yep.
paralyzed from the waist down after being shot in the back 7 times Sunday by police in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Tonight, we're learning more about that incident and a deadly shooting at a protest 2 days later. Here's CBS's Mola Lenghi.
Tonight, 29-year-old Jacob Blake is without handcuffs, and deputies no longer stand guard at his hospital room. We now know the names of all 3 officers involved in Blake's shooting. Along with Rustin Shesky, who fired the 7 shots, officers Vincent Arenas and Brittany Moronic are also on administrative leave. We've also learned officers deployed 2 tasers to subdue Blake, who at the time of the Sunday incident was wanted for a sexual assault charge. It's not clear if that was the reason Blake was being arrested, but the altercation did escalate.
There was some resisting in the basis of that contact and the arrest, so that's what changed the dynamic.
And we're learning more about the case against 17-year-old Kyle Rittenhouse, who's been charged with 6 felonies related to the shooting deaths of 2 protesters and wounding another Tuesday night. Investigators saying Rittenhouse got into an altercation with his first victim, Joseph Rosenbaum, before firing an AR-15 type rifle 5 times at Rosenbaum, who authorities say was unarmed. Tonight, Wisconsin State Attorney General continues the Blake investigation.
Several material witness interviews have been conducted. Evidence has been sent to the crime lab, and we intend for this investigation to keep moving swiftly.
Well, Kenosha police say Blake was restrained in the hospital due to that open sexual assault warrant, which they say is standard procedure. Meanwhile, Kyle Rittenhouse's attorney tells us that the 17-year-old was acting in self-defense during that shooting out here on Tuesday night.
Right.
Meanwhile, there's a group online called the Friends of the Rittenhouse Family who's raised more than $100,000 to help pay for his legal defense. Nora?
Mola Lenghi, thank you.
All right. So. Okay. The cop that shot him, shot Jacob Blake. They said like they had already deployed 2 tasers or whatever. Even if you was going to shoot, I mean, I don't understand what like. I saw that they said he had a knife in his hand or whatever.
They said it was a knife in the car. I don't know if it was
Oh,
one in the
okay.
hand.
Okay, I thought I saw something that said it was in his hand, but like even if it was in the car, like even if you just like okay, now I feel like he's going to get a knife, I'm gonna shoot. Like he shot him 7 times in the back, like
7, yeah.
so he never turned around for him to even keep on needing to shoot him. Like he wasn't turning around with something. You got him in the back every single time, so his back was to you the entire time that you were shooting.
The entire time. Why do you even have to shoot 7 times? If you gonna shoot somebody,
Yeah,
shoot a nigga once in the
that's what I'm
shoulder,
saying. That's what I'm
or
saying. Like, if you
or
feel like you're
it's.
gonna shoot, go ahead.
I'm just like, cause this should be making my blood boil, bro. Cause it's like they named 3 cops at least that was there, 2 male, 1 female. It's 3 of
Hmm.
y'all against 1 nigga. Y'all ain't trained to like take a nigga down. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, cause they said the knife was in his car, so it's like jump on him. You
Yeah.
feel me? And then
Don't let
like
them go get it.
yeah, like why are y'all acting weak? And then like when he go to the car, then y'all it's like they want him to go get the knife, and then just before he get the knife, they shoot him. Like it's not
Yeah.
like you really not trying to apprehend him. Like you know what I'm saying? You basically just like okay, I'm gonna wait. Okay, bah, 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 bah.
And like 7 shots, like you can, I mean, you can justify maybe like 1 or 2 shots, like out of like a reflex or something like that. But 7, you thought about like okay, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like okay, what are you doing? What are you trying? Like,
You might as well
I'm
just
thinking
empty the clip.
like was he like sitting there still trying to grab something as you shooting him the whole time? I doubt it. I feel like you get shot one time, it's like okay, now my attention is on that. I'm not still
Right.
doing what I was doing before you started shooting me.
It's like fuck, I just got shot, nigga. I'm like
Yeah, like
shit.
I can't help but to like concentrate on that. Like that's the
Yeah.
most, But so I'm hoping that this is gonna be like a clear like charge and they always put them on administrative leave. Like just fire them. Like why they like any other job you just get fired, and this
Right.
is like okay we got to investigate and wait, even though it's a video of like something that's like how do you justify that? Like
Right.
how do you even defend like him shooting that many times? Like is it clear like over use of force?
Crazy, man. But then you let this nigga like I saw the video of the cow dude
Rittenhouse.
yeah, shooting people like straight up just like laying niggas out and then walking back towards the police and the police ain't
Yeah.
apprehend this nigga. They didn't do nothing. It's like, okay, are y'all working for is he working for the police or like what you know what I'm saying? Like y'all it's a nigga with a gun, like and
They
you
said
heard
he
him
they said he drove to Illinois. Like he left Wisconsin and drove to Illinois, and they found, I think they found him in Illinois. So like
yeah.
he didn't get hemmed up at all. Like he was able to leave town.
He wasn't even from Wisconsin though, I don't believe.
That's what I'm saying. I think he was from Illinois or something like that, or somewhere over there. And he like came from out of town to this protest with a gun, and then ended up
So
using it.
right, so that's what I'm saying. How is that not premeditated murder, bro? You're not even from here. How are you trying to protect this shit? You're not even from this community.
Yeah, you
So
packed the gun, drove over here, and then ended up using the gun.
right, so how is that not premeditated murder, bro? Like you came in and then it was a nigga on the Breakfast Club talked about the police commander or in chief or whatever whoever the head police is in Wisconsin or wherever that Kenosha.
Yeah,
They did he did a, Charlamagne did the Donkey of the Day video because he basically was saying like the people got shot, it was their fault because they was out past curfew.
yeah. That's what Tucker Carlson or whatever. He like this like conservative host or whatever on like Fox News, and he was like doing the same thing, trying to like, well, it this like, are you really surprised that it escalated into like to this? It's like there's looting and rioting, and it's like
I
why?
hate Fox News, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's like why do I don't know why do you even have to try to why are you trying to make a reason for this to be okay? Like like ain't nobody else dying, nobody's killing anybody, nobody's escalating to that point. And
Right.
you saying like, well, that's going on. Are you really surprised? Like, yeah, like, what? Don't nobody need to die for. Even if we are like, even if people are in a state of like, I don't know, just like distress, and they just like freaking out and breaking in, rioting and looting and all that stuff. Like, ain't nobody getting killed. Like, ain't nobody getting shot. It shouldn't be. And then when somebody do, it's like, hey, I mean, can you really like everybody was out? Everybody, if everybody was at home, then nothing would happen. It's like, why are you trying to justify it?
hmm I don't know, man. It's just stupid, bro. It's like, and then, like I said, I was arguing with somebody about this shit the other day or just yesterday, and nigga was trying to say he was innocent. Um, and I was like, how do you figure that he was innocent? I'm like, were you there, bro? Like, and then the nigga was saying that, well, I saw this journalist on Twitter and some other stuff, and you could see videos, and I'm like, but they always make shit look a certain way, or reporters make shit seem a certain way that they want them, to see. Like, so, like, nigga, if you weren't there, you can't say whether he was really truly doing this shit out of self defense. Especially if he wasn't from that area and he drove all the way from Illinois to Wisconsin. I mean, I know that ain't far, but it's still far enough. Like, you ain't got no
Yeah.
business there, especially in Kenosha. That sound like fucking
I
nowhere
never heard of
town.
that town ever until
Yeah,
now.
that sound like some place in Canada. But
Right.
like, you can't tell me that shit wasn't premeditated. And he was arguing with me about this, that, and the third. And then he said something to the effect about, like, people watching the Breakfast Club, they not they mindless and this stuff and like that. And I'm like, what? Then he had the nerve to tell me that white people, black people, because I was like, if you believe that, I was like, race, you probably believe racism is not real. This nigga said that racism is real. It's just more of it coming from your side and more idiocy coming from your side. And I was like,
From black
nigga,
people.
what? Yeah. And I was like, I was really like one sentence in replying to this nigga. He was like giving me whole last paragraphs. But when he said that, I just had to let this nigga know. And he stopped arguing with me after I said this shit. I said, slavery was who? I said segregation was started by whom? I'm like Jim
Right.
Crow. I'm like, nigga, how can you say that we're more racist on this side? Like, nigga, if anything, we just kind of catching up to y'all racism. Like, y'all are racist not only against us, but Indians, Arabs,
Mm-hmm.
Mexicans. Like, nigga, what?
Yeah. So I guess we'll see how this one go out. They said like they already like raised a bunch of money for Kyle Rittenhouse or whatever.
What you
'Cause
think gonna happen with this nigga though? You think he gonna get off, or you think he gonna do some time?
well, I mean, I'm as the if I'm playing devil's advocate, like as the defense as his defense attorney, they obviously gonna have to like plead like self defense, like he was doing it to protect himself. He felt like his life was in danger. But I mean, he's carrying guns, and like I don't think any other people around were like, because if they
But
did, if they were, then it would have been like shots right after his shots probably.
hmm
But like he fell down and like whatever they were trying to hit him with the skateboard. I think it was like I I think I'm sure there's multiple videos of it happening, but I almost want to see the one that because the one I saw, I think you see him like running down and somebody running after him, and then they kind of like I don't know, they kind of tangle with him or whatever. They fall to the ground and he starts shooting. But I'm wondering like what happened right before, like what made somebody without a gun chase somebody with a gun. Like something probably happened right before the video was starting to record or
I think
whatever.
that's when he shot that dude.
He shot the dude that they was like all over on top of him.
Yeah, like the one that was just laid out. I think he shot him like point blank in like the chest, and then
And they
I
said it
think
shot 5 times.
yeah, and I think that's when niggas started like chasing him because he just shot the nigga, and that's why I said like, how is it self defense when you got a gun and a nigga without a gun or unarmed is you know what I'm saying? Like, where's the
Yeah.
threat there? Ain't no threat, and you driving fucking hours to get to this place that you know what I'm saying? How, like, you're not even supposed to be there, bro. You're not even a resident. Like, what the fuck? Like, that to me, that should be clear cut. Like, why
Yeah.
are you coming to counter protest somewhere with a gun? So you know that you're not coming there with good intentions. You coming there, you know what I'm saying, with some fucked up shit. Like, what?
Yeah. And then they said he was 17. And I think you got like open carry is like the age is
18.
18. Yeah.
Yes. So he ain't even rightfully have a gun. Like,
So like of course the case against him is strong. Like he got several points where you can like the fact that he's from out of town, the fact that he brought a gun, all that, the fact that he's 17, like you can build a case against him. But like the sad thing is, I don't know. Like I don't know if it actually amounts to anything. They said they raised over $100,000 for his defense.
right.
So they're gonna have lawyers that know how to like how to
Get
work a
bullshit.
work a story, turn them into like a victim. Dress him up, shave his facial hair, make him look real like innocent in court,
Yeah.
and whatever. So I don't know. It's hard to even say. Like that's the sad thing. And then even the cop that shot Jacob Blake, I don't know what the status of that is. Like that last video we watched, it said like that him and the other two officers were on administrative leave, so they're not fired. They still got a job right now. That's the craziest thing because I feel like no other job is like that. Like you can't kill somebody on no other job and not be fired. Like
Right.
I
Unless
can't
you was
work
like
at
protecting the store or some shit like that, and the shit just happened like that. But
yeah. In most cases, like I can't work at I don't know McDonald's and kill somebody and still be like pending me getting fired or not. Like I'm still coming to work.
right, getting on the fries right after. Hey, you gotta
like
wash your hands, bro. But then I need
yeah,
you on the fries. Go ahead.
like that don't happen. You get fired. So it's crazy that the police, of all things, like when there's an officer involved shooting, it's not immediate firing taking
Right.
place.
It's just like
But
you get on minister to leave. Maybe you did the right thing, maybe you didn't.
But I'm gonna move us on to our next topic. We'll keep on following the developments of that. But we got a lot to get to. But so the other day, like maybe I think it was 2 days ago, I started seeing. I think I woke up from a nap and started seeing that the Black Panther stuff, like Chadwick
Yeah,
Boseman.
man. R.I.P. Chad, man.
He was 43 years old. For those who don't know, that he passed away from cancer apparently.
Colon cancer.
Colon cancer, yeah. And I don't know, it's great, like just like hearing everything since it happened, because it was like super shocking, I think, to everybody. But like even since it happened, I've been seeing all these different things. Like he was going to like hospitals and talking to the kids, and he's doing all these movies, and like knowing he got cancer, and like not having that be like keeping it like completely private or
Yeah.
whatever. Like, and he just like, I guess he didn't use it as an excuse. He almost used it as an excuse to do more, like, or keep on. Because like in that short amount of time, I feel like he was playing everybody. He was playing James Brown, Thurgood Marshall, Black
Jackie
Panther.
Robinson.
He was like doing all these movies, and it was
Yeah.
good movies too. Like he was a good
Great
actor.
movies. Yeah, man. What? Like crazy. I watched that 21 Bridges. That movie was fucking amazing.
Yeah, I watched that recently too.
That shit he was just seemed like he was a great person too, man. Like, as
Yeah,
far as like I saw him do a lot of different speeches and things like that. His messages were always like inspirational. It was like, okay, yeah, like this shit ain't gonna be easy, but you can do it. It's just some roads are more difficult than others. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about your perseverance. It's all about your push.
yeah. His Howard speech that he did was like it was. I think the same speech you're talking about, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the crazy. Like that's the saddest part because he seemed like he really was a good dude. Like not even just like a good actor, and because some people are like that. Like they're good at what they do, their job, the entertainers or whatever. But then personally, like we was talking about Terry Crews, like how there's rumors of him not being that great. But like
yeah,
I never heard any negative stories about Chadwick Boseman. All this positive stuff has been coming out ever since it happened. I feel like stuff I didn't
yeah.
even know. Like I said, like him having cancer, but all the while still going and talking to kids that have cancer and stuff like that.
Yeah, I heard that he was even going through the cancer when he was doing Black Panther. He was
Yeah,
dealing with that shit then.
they said the last 4 years, and Black Panther came out like what 2 years ago, like
Uh-huh.
2018. So he was right in the middle of it.
I noticed this nigga started losing weight though.
Yeah,
Like from
and
that from his later films, like even from like the James Brown movie, he was like, he was a little more heavy set, and then Black Panther he was a little thinner.
yeah, yeah, and then like he had a couple, I think, social media posts where like he was on camera and he was like looking real skinny,
Hell
and people
yeah.
was like making fun of him and stuff.
Didn't
And
Jess Larry apologize for that?
this year, I hadn't heard that.
I think so.
Was she one of the ones? I'm assuming she was one of the ones that was making fun of him, or whatever.
Yeah, I heard about that shit yesterday.
She always getting in trouble off of something like, or like
Yeah, I kind of
having to
want to see what the
backtrack.
fuck she said about him, like, 'cause I don't even remember. I don't even follow Jess Hilarious like that.
Let me see. But yeah, and then him playing Black Panther. I feel like that was like, especially with superhero movies, that was like the most like black representation on like a Hollywood budget type of thing. I feel
Yeah.
like in a long time, because that's like full on Marvel money, like behind something that's like straight up black, like African black.
All
So it
black.
was
Yeah.
like super iconic role, and that's what I wondered too. Like, what are they gonna do with Marvel? Like, he wasn't. I don't think his story was over with.
Not at all. Yeah, I was saying I don't even think he was just scraping the surface of his shit.
Oh, but I'm about to see what's her name? Just Hilarious said. Celebs react, and she got it in her video at all, individually. Um, well, I don't know. We had to. We'll see what she said. I don't know, but
Yeah.
but yeah, it's I don't know. It's super sad. Like, not that somebody's achievements or whatever make them worth more than somebody else, like a regular person that's not a superstar, but
Right.
like knowing that they had so much of a seemingly good heart and did so much good and
Right.
meant so much to like black culture and stuff like that, and it's like a positive figure and stuff. For them to die, to be gone, it's like it feels
Yeah.
like more of a loss, in a way, just because of everything that they were able and everything he did in the last, like, I don't know, like, I feel like all his movies came out like real quick, like he
They
was just
did. Yeah.
cranking them boys out.
I mean, I
Everything he
think
was. Go
I
ahead.
would say that it is a greater loss. Not to say that one life is more important than another, but like you said, to piggyback off of that, like um, when you have somebody who has such a platform and that they're showing that they're a great person and they're showing that, what I'm saying, what you can do as a human being and showing, selflessness and all of that, it's like it inspires other people to be like that. Versus if somebody was just, around you or in the community, only those people in the community would see that. But
Yeah.
this nigga was global, so globally people see just the way he interacted with people, the type of things he did, and even the type of life he lived leading up to his death. It's just like not using that shit as an excuse. What I'm saying?
Hmm.
Really going out and mentor and talking to people, kids and things like that. And then just the movies that he did, like I feel like all the movies he did were very meaningful. Like they
Yeah.
weren't like just like kind of like just subpar roles. Like these were in like historically, powerful figures like Thurgood, Jackie Robinson. Even I mean
Hmm.
Black Panther, it's a fictional character, but that whole dynamic of that movie and everything held so much weight in our community alone. Like, saying not to mention the Marvel community. Like shit was
Yeah.
crazy.
I had my little dashiki thing on at this. I felt stupid because I was the only one. Like, it was like me and like one other like lady that was coming out of a movie. Uh, and I had my little dashiki thing on.
Shit, don't feel stupid. Niggas ain't woke. Everybody can't wear kente.
Right. But yeah, so rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman. It 2020 is like, man,
Kinda,
like,
nigga. Forever.
right. 2020 has been, I don't know, it's like I can't remember another year that was like specifically so like bad, or like so much like crazy stuff
Chaotic.
happened.
Yeah, man.
Like, I can't think of another one, like not even close. Like, the amount of stuff that's happened this year. I think Kobe died this year, didn't he?
Hmm.
Like, that seemed like that was so long ago, but
Him,
like,
him and Chadwick was the same age too, or they would have been the same age. I think Kobe died just before his 43rd,
oh, okay.
and then Chadwick was 43.
Man, it's like, I don't know. Like I said, Kobe's dying feel like it was like like maybe it might have been like late last year or something, but it was still this year. Like, this
It
year
was at
been,
the it was at the top of this bitch.
dang. But yeah, rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, Kobe started this bitch off, man. He started with he started this bitch off with the Rona. Like the Rona really wasn't that big in America when that shit happened.
Mhm.
Uh, but I don't know. Like I was telling somebody before, I don't. I felt like I had that shit, like because around the time Kobe died, like I got so fucking sick, Like, and if it was like flu-like symptoms, like, but it was hard for me to breathe, like, you know what I'm saying? And then my body was aching, like throwing up, diarrhea, like, and I just thought it may have been the flu, like, because I had never had the flu before, and it was flu-like symptoms. But
From the sounds of it, it's a good chance that you probably did. I mean, like, and then I had, like I said, I had like a little like overnight type of thing, like or like 1 day type of sickness, and then I was able to get over it. I don't know if that was it or not, but what you talking about definitely sound more like it could have been like flu, like you said, flu like symptoms. So
yeah, but it was crazy because this was like I said, this was in January, so this was before news of it spreading here hit, like way before. But like, man, when I tell you I was fucking like the sickest I've ever been. Like I was telling you, I threw up so damn hard, I busted a blood vessel in my eye.
yeah, I remember you saying that.
My whole eye was just fucking red.
Yeah. Hey. All right. Well, moving us on to our next topic. Tory Lanez, Meg Thee Stallion, finally opened up and got on social media and named Tory Lanez as the shooter in that whole incident. Let me see if I can add this back to the thing full screen.
Meg said, "Yes, that nigga Tory shot me."
Here you go. Let me see. Can you hear this?
She looked
Since
weird
y'all
without
hoes
makeup.
so worried about it, yes, this nigga Tory shot me.
I ain't no
You
hoe though.
shot me. And you got your publicists and your people going to these blogs lying and shit. Stop lying.
Ooh.
Why lie?
She do look weird without
I don't
makeup.
understand.
Yeah, it's like
I tried to keep the situation off the internet, but you dragging it.
it's like I don't know what it is. It ain't like she's saying she like a
You really
gargoyle,
fucking
but it's
dragging
just
it.
like that's weird.
Motherfuckers talking about I hit this nigga. I never hit you. Motherfuckers was like, oh, she mad because he was trying to fuck with Kylie. No, I wasn't. Like, you dry shot me. Like, everybody in the car, it's only 4 motherfuckers in the car. Me, you, my homegirl, and your security. Everybody in the car arguing. I'm in the front seat. This nigga in the back seat. I get out the car. I'm done arguing. I don't want to argue no more. I get out. I'm walking away. This nigga from out the back seat of the car started shooting me. You shot me. I ain't get cut by no glass, but let me tell you why they saying that. When the police, because the people in the neighborhood, there's a witness. When the police came, because the neighbors called the police, this did not happen at Kylie's house. This happened damn near back at the house I was staying at. I was just trying to get home. We was 5 minutes away from my spot. The police come. I'm scared. All this shit going on with the police is shooting motherfuckers for anything. The police was literally killing black people for no motherfucking reason. Soon as the police tell us all get out the motherfucking car, the police is really aggressive. You think I'm about to tell the police that we niggas, us black people, got a gun in the car? You want me to tell the laws that we got a gun in the car so they can shoot all of us up? Nigga, I'm scared. It's a fucking helicopter over us and some more shit.
All right. So that's basically the whole. She finally dropped the details of what actually happened with her, Tory Lanez, the other girl that was in the car, and all that stuff. Her getting shot. It was already looking like Tory Lanez had did it because he hadn't said anything,
Yeah, he was looking hella guilty.
and then like she said that like his people were going to blogs and saying that like that she had hit him and stuff like that, like almost making it seem like she egged him on or something like that.
Yeah, she caused her getting shot.
But as she said, like she got out the car because they was all arguing. He was in the back seat, she was in the front. Security, his security, I guess, and
Yeah,
then her homegirl, and she got out of the car and he reached out of the car and shot her and hit her in both feet.
that's not funny, but it's just the way you said it.
It's it is
What
a
you
funny
said is-
detail.
Yeah, just the way you said it just made me.
In both feet. Because
Man,
I'm
I
like,
am not
how?
shit, bro. I am not.
No, it is a funny, like I said, it is to me it is a funny detail too. Like it's like, how do you even do that? How do you even accomplish that?
Yeah, how do you shoot somebody in both of their feet? Like, give me your feet. Pow, pow. It's like Della Reese
Out,
on Harlem Nights.
yeah, Eddie Murphy. So, um, I guess that's maybe it's just like just so happened like he got lucky and somehow hit both her feet, but
She probably was egging him on like Della Reese too. Oh, he gonna shoot me in my pinky toe. Well, shoot my
and I remember, so before this video came out, I remember Meg Thee Stallion having a video where she was saying like basically like not everything is to like put on the internet, not everything is to run to the internet and explain and put your business out there and all that stuff.
Which I believe. I mean, I agree with her on that. But I mean, if you get shot, it's gonna come out. Like especially. I mean, I feel like anything that's done in the dark will come to the light, and that's true, man. I've seen it
Yeah.
happen. So it's like, especially something like that, like nigga, yeah, you gonna get. Especially if it's word of him getting arrested and all that shit. Niggas see y'all. You might as well just come out and say what you. If you gonna do it like this, you might as well just have done it from the jump.
Yeah, so, and like I said, he looked guilty from the beginning because like he hadn't said anything. It's like if it wasn't you, then you would probably just like casually kind of like know that y'all tripping or whatever.
Yeah.
But since I say nothing, it was like how it was with Bill Cosby. Like it was so many different people coming out and accusing him, and he wasn't saying nothing.
He wasn't saying nothing.
But so but I'm like, what happens, or like what? Because like she like almost like alluded to like maybe she was like saying like some niggas can't tell like hand you telling them the truth or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, it was just some kind of like she kind of hold him a little bit, and he got mad, and then she walked away.
Yeah.
And he just reached out the whatever truck with the Zammy.
All right, with the blicky. That's weak though. I mean, like nigga.
Yeah, it's extra weak. Like,
I
like
mean,
especially she walking away.
Yeah,
like,
most niggas like. I mean, if you was going, which I do not condone violence against women at all. I feel like men should be able to just take whatever and just walk away. Now, if a woman is trying to attack you with like foreign objects or something like that, knock her ass out by all means. But
yeah,
but if a woman is walking away, if a woman just has bruised your ego, then just walk away with that shit. Like, and that's what I feel like it is. Tory is fucking 5 foot nothing. So like that nigga has that complex. Yeah, he got that Napoleon complex. So probably anything you say, and then especially now he got the big head because he famous. You know, niggas love him, but niggas, she probably just really probably told him what it is. Like, nigga, you sure? Nigga, you still fucked up? You know what I'm
nigga,
saying?
can you reach the top cabinet, nigga?
All right. So that's probably was just honing him, like, you know?
Yeah. I mean, that's what it sounded like. And then she like kind of walked away on him, didn't give him a chance. And now he ain't got no chance to like keep, saying his side of the argument. So he get mad, frustrated with a gun, and just reach out and to actually like, I can see if you just shot like in general, maybe like, but you actually shot at her and actually like made contact twice.
Right. And I can see Meg talking some shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, really just being like belligerent.
Yeah. But it's never an excuse to go that far with it. Especially,
not at all.
Not like just in general, but especially a man toward a woman. It's like if she walking away, like you automatically are wrong. Like,
he should have just got out and told her to throw them hands. It's a fair fight. She 5'10", nigga 5 foot nothing. Like shit, nigga. What?
if anything, but even then he would have been,
he still would have been in the wrong.
A dude jumping on a girl.
Yeah, but it's like Mighty Mouse jumping on a girl. But even still, though, it's wrong.
And then she like, it wasn't about Kylie or whatever or whatever. So I knew, I knew something was up with the whole situation. It was just too strange. And like I said, he was too silent about it. So I guess we finally got our answer. Was following that one from the beginning.
Yeah. She just basically just came out and said, that nigga shot me. I'm like, well, why are you?
And then she was protecting him. Like, she was kind of like intentionally, like knowing that he shot her and that he's like, for no reason, she didn't like provoke him. She still decided to be like, I'm not going to put him out there And it wasn't until, like she said, his people were saying that she hit him and kind of trying to change the narrative that she like felt like she had to come out and say something. So
Which I get to, like, but my thing is, I'm not finna protect nobody who shot me. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? Like, fuck, like, and I think that's what's wrong with like our community, like as far as like snitching and all of that shit. It's like the whole not snitching shit came really from like, if you not gonna snitch, then you finna go do something to this motherfucker that did something to you.
yeah,
That's why you don't snitch. But if you just not snitching just because you afraid of getting that person in trouble with the law, then that's stupid. Like, you know, you a woman, you a
yeah,
female, you are a star. So what street code you gotta abide by now? Like,
yeah.
you know, you out of the streets, you in a different tax bracket. Leave that shit alone.
And people was getting mad, like some dudes was getting mad, or not. I guess, well, mainly dudes was getting mad that she like snitched and named him specifically. But I'm like, if you get shot by somebody, especially she like protected him, like and given her situation, I think it was completely like it made sense. Like, you gonna come out here and start making these claims that's not true. I didn't say anything about you, but now I gotta tell the truth.
Right.
And I mean, I feel like you can never blame somebody for telling the truth. You actually did it. So like,
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's whole no snitching shit. Like, what? Like, so if you see a nigga do a drive by and then kill a little child or something like that, you not gonna say nothing? Like, that's stupid, man. Like, niggas are retarded as far as like the way they think, as far as like their codes and shit. They have no moral ethics. Like, nigga, that don't make no sense to witness a crime, you know, on an innocent person and then just not say nothing because you afraid.
right. But I'm gonna keep us moving. We moving through pretty good at a good pace. So I did want to talk about these genetically modified mosquitoes. 750 million actually. 750 million genetically modified
That's
mosquitoes.
a lot.
I know 750. Yeah, that's almost a
That is a
billion.
lot. Yeah, that's a hell of a lot.
Where they were approved in the Florida Keys area. But is my audio still being shared right now?
Oh no.
Can you hear that?
Did your game just
Could you hear that?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna let this ad go through and then, but yeah, they already been approved in Florida Keys. But I'm gonna let this video explain a little bit. Because there's a lot of science going on with how they're doing it and how they're modifying them. But give me 1 second and I'm gonna cue this up here. 250. All right.
Well, you were saying that shit, I thought they was like
This summer,
robotic.
genetically modified Aedes
Yeah.
aegypti mosquitoes could be released in the U.S. for the first time, in Florida and in Texas. So is this a sudden Jurassic Park experiment, or the logical next step in controlling mosquito-borne illness? In May of this year, the EPA and the state of Florida unanimously approved an experimental use permit for millions of GM mosquitoes to be released in the Florida Keys for a landmark project. The mosquitoes are genetically modified male Aedes aegypti mosquitoes, known as OX5034, branded as friendly TM mosquitoes, developed by the company Oxitec. Aedes aegypti are an invasive species in most places they exist. Originally from Africa, they have spread worldwide to almost every tropical and subtropical area. They are often described as the cockroach of mosquitoes. They thrive specifically living around people and are hard to get rid of. They lay their eggs in any container they can find, like inside of a clogged gutter, a toilet tank, a flower pot, or discarded bottles or bottle caps, making it hard to get a handle on their spread. They can bite multiple
Skip ahead a little bit so I can get to the part where they actually do the
injected with short pieces of DNA that contain the self-limiting gene sequence, along with a fluorescence gene that acts as a marker. This lethal gene is a tetracycline transcriptional activator variant, or TTAV gene. Once introduced into the mosquito's genome, it encodes a protein that blocks transcriptional machinery for several other genes that are essential to mosquito development. So without essential genes being expressed, the mosquito larvae die before becoming adults. But simply injecting the TTAV gene into these eggs would only be useful in killing the handful of mosquitoes you give it to. Hardly an economical way to kill off the trillions of mosquitoes that exist in the world. For the gene technology to be useful, the mosquitoes need to be able to pass the lethal gene down to their offspring. And for this reason, the lethal gene has a corresponding antidote. To keep the mosquito larvae with this lethal gene alive, they can be given tetracycline, a common antibiotic. The lethal T-TAV protein cannot block the transcription of the other essential mosquito genes when it's bound to tetracycline. This can therefore keep the GM larvae alive until adulthood, when the gene is no longer lethal. So in the lab, mosquito eggs are injected with the self-limiting gene, and the GM mosquito larvae are then reared in water containing tetracycline. This way, they can develop normally into adult mosquitoes. Then, when adult GM mosquitoes are released and breed with wild, non-GM mosquitoes, their offspring inherit the lethal T-TAV gene. And without tetracycline in their environment, they don't survive into adulthood. Over time, and with enough GM mosquitoes released, this technology has the ability to hugely suppress the numbers of mosquitoes in the wild. And to make the technology even more powerful, scientists recently found a way to ensure that the lethal gene only kills the female offspring. Because of this, one copy of the T-TAV gene remains in some of the male offspring of the injected mosquitoes, who can then pass it on to some of.
All right, so that's the general concept of it. Was that playing? Could you see that, or is it just
No,
heard it?
I just heard it.
Oh dang! I thought I had it on the screen,
Oh
but
no,
you
no, I just heard it.
but you got the concept of like basically they give it like this deadly thing and then give it an antibiotic to keep it alive. Get rid of the antibiotic, it mates, it passes it down or whatever.
And then it kills all other females. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's like, and then the music was like super like silent, like it was like
Yeah.
super like X Files.
Right.
But yeah, now it's already been approved. Like that video was a little older, but it explained it pretty good. So I wanted to use that one. But I think that's the kind of an old video because it's like the CNN article says it's already approved, which I'm gonna bring that up too actually. But it basically just got its last little piece of approval that it needed in order to happen. And somehow this like happened with nobody. I didn't see this in the news or nothing until after it was already done. Let me see. Genetically,
That just made me feel like, man, like what is it that they really releasing into the wild? Like, is it bullshit or is it really like some shit that's gonna control the population of mosquitoes? Or are they just
yeah,
making robotic mosquitoes to come kill the fake mosquito, the real mosquitoes?
it's stuff like this that I feel like it set kind of a precedent to where like I feel like something either could go wrong or they could like use it to do something else. Like, just tell us that it's for like getting rid of some of the mosquitoes that carry diseases, but also they like use it to do population control on humans or something like that. Like,
Yeah, or them bitches, the new mosquitoes bite you and they insert crackers.
yeah, or yeah, like some kind of government experiment type stuff. But this is the CNN article that I originally saw. Well, not this one, not this, whatever that is. It says 750 million genetically engineered mosquitoes approved for release in Florida Keys. This was Thursday, August 20th, so not that long, like what, 10 days ago. I plan to release over 750 million genetically modified mosquitoes into the Florida Keys in 2021 and 2022. We received final approval from local authorities against the objection of many local residents and a coalition of environmental advocacy groups. The proposal had already won state and federal approval. So I don't know. It's like it's too much happening now. Like
It is, damn.
I'm running out of reactions to stuff.
Me too, man. I'm becoming like numb to all of this bullshit that's going on.
And like I was shooting the video for George, and we got bit up by some mosquitoes toward the end. I'm like, dang, these boys. I ain't had a mosquito bite in a minute, but I feel like it was stronger than usual. Like it was like I was itching for like a whole week after that. Like
It might have been, one way I found out to get rid of mosquito bites?
what?
Lavender oil.
Oh, I think I've heard that before.
They don't like the smell of lavender.
Yeah, I got a sting on my finger, and it like had my finger like my whole finger felt like it was swollen up. But
Yeah.
750 million mosquitoes on top of already all the like the regular wild mosquitoes, natural mosquitoes.
Right.
I feel like they're gonna be next is gonna be like genetically modified, like cats or something like that. Like, and this is gonna be like they creating beings, cloning and stuff like that. I feel like that's the next step.
If they ain't doing that shit already.
It probably are like it's probably some like limited like super classified experiments or something like that. It gotta be like
Probably some shit on the black market.
yeah.
The black. I went on the dark web once, and that bitch is a scary place.
Is it like is this like a certain like portal that you got to go through on the internet to get to it?
They show you how to do it shit on the internet. I just was curious, man. Cause I used to watch these videos of like people going on the dark web and just like going and just doing searches and shit, and then end up getting into like these little like kind of like those hostile type of situations. Like
Oh yeah,
they'll watch
trafficking.
people getting killed, like they'll watch people dying, like on in these chat rooms and shit like that, and they'll be watching people get killed or watch other people kill people.
Yeah, that's some other stuff.
Man, it's crazy. It's crazy that the fact that shit exists, but like on the dark web, you can get like packages. Like I've seen people get mystery packages, and like they open the bitches up and like they just filled with all kind of crazy shit. Like some of them look real, some of them just look like shit people put together. But like it was this one dude. He had found some shit. I know I'm getting off topic, but I'm gonna end with this
Yeah.
shit, this story. But a dude had bought a box off the dark web with some mystery box, and this shit had like some creepy shit in it. It was almost like some voodoo type shit. It was like a doll in there. It was some kids' books in there, but it was like certain parts of the kids' books cut out, and like some of the kids' eyes was cut out. It was crazy, bro. It was like some crazy shit.
Hey, so yeah, I guess we'll see what I think it's gonna be like it's kind of like a long experiment with the mosquitoes. Like they gotta wait years for like the effect of them having young and then dying off to be like seen, I guess. But yet another thing going on this year. I
Right.
feel like it's so fitting that it's an election year too. Like that on top of everything else.
I'm gonna make my design. I'm gonna make my campaign shirts too today.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna make the design. Yeah, I finally got my shit set up because I had an outdated vinyl cutter, and well, the vinyl cutter still work. Like they still provide like cartridges for it, but you can only use your own if designs under like this design space that they had, and they made it
Yeah.
obsolete for the machine I got, so I had to find a third party.
No.
But got that shit popping, so these "Don't Make America Orange Again" shirts coming out.
Yeah.
The merch is coming soon.
Okay. So I'm gonna get us moving on into our final segment, or usually our game. But I figured it was fitting to do some political trivia since this is an election year, like I said, and see, I guess, test our knowledge on stuff when it comes to politics. I know a little bit, but I don't really get into politics like that, so I don't know
Me
how
either,
well I'm
man. I
gonna do.
hate politicians and politics, but I know a little bit. I know my fair
So
share.
So these are a bunch of questions. I've only seen the first question, so I'm gonna give that one to you. Just because like that's the only one I've seen. But
Okay.
you're just gonna go back us back. We just gonna go back and forth and see. I guess what you want game point to be.
5.
5.
How hard are the questions? We can go maybe 3.
I mean, the first question I knew the answer to it immediately.
Okay, we can go 5 then.
5. Okay, let's see. All right, let me share my tab. And this is educational too. It's like, so even if we get it wrong, it's like, everybody can learn to that.
Oh, that bitch hit.
All right, so here's the first question. This is your question. Which Elton John song did President Donald Trump use to nickname North Korean leader Kim Jong-un?
That's so stupid. He named him something.
Yeah. So Elton John has a song.
Star Child. I don't know.
That's you close. You got you
Uh,
got
Let me see.
Kim Jong
Uh,
Un. I'm gonna let you go.
Star Jung Un. I don't know.
It
Star
was
Child. I don't. Yeah, go ahead. You tell me. I don't know.
okay. The answer is Rocket Man. It was a song called Rocket Man, and
Rocket Man.
for a little
Yeah,
while, I guess Donald Trump was calling them Rocket Man, like when it was like
because they had
kind
all
of
them
beefing.
rockets and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, when we was kind of beefing hard with North Korea. All right, so my turn. American politician and diplomat Madeleine Albright was born in what Central European country? Uh, yeah. I'm gonna say Central European. I don't. What's some European countries? What's in Europe? I don't know. Paris. That's my best. I don't know. Paris.
Italy. I know.
Czechoslovakia.
Czechoslovakia. Oh yeah, Czechoslovakia. Czechoslovakia.
Yeah, Czechoslovakia. That's a,
Czechoslovakia.
yeah. That's like a tongue twister.
Yeah, Czechoslovakia.
Yeah. Okay. Dang, this is like it's hard because it's not even multiple choice. It's just like
What
what
play
is the
was what?
answer
What play was Abraham Lincoln watching?
at the time of his assassination?
I don't know. Hamlet.
Yeah, this is like pretty hard. Our American cousin is
I
what
would have
it.
never guessed that. I don't even know what the fuck that play is.
Dang. So these might have been harder than I thought. Where was Richard Nixon when he delivered his infamous "I am not a crook" speech?
Oh, I
I
believe I know this one.
Where was it? I don't have the slightest idea. Like they stumping me pretty good. Other than that first question, where was Richard Nixon when he delivered his infamous "I am not a crook" speech? Was he at home at his house? I don't know. Disney World
What?
in Orlando, Florida, the contemporary resort.
I would have never guessed that.
Okay, we're just gonna do a few more of these because because I'm not gonna know none of them. Okay, so there's yours. In 1952, Albert Einstein was offered the presidency of which country?
Um, this country, I don't know.
America,
Yeah.
Israel.
Wow.
Yeah, these are just like super like almost obscure like little facts.
I
Okay, who
didn't
was
know
the
that though. That's crazy.
okay? Who was this? I feel like I don't know this one, but I should. Like this is something that I could have known. Who was the U.S. president to be a first U.S. president to be impeached? Uh,
I know
who
this
else was
one.
impeached? I know at one point I knew because I knew it was like when they was talking about impeaching Trump, it was like if he gets impeached, he will be among only like
Three.
this. Yeah, I think. Um, didn't Reagan get impeached? But
He
he
was,
wasn't
but
the
he
first.
wasn't the first one.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It was
thinking.
like it was way back in the line.
Uh, shoot, Lyndon B. Johnson, Andrew Johnson. It was Johnson. Andrew
What?
Johnson in 1868, actually 1868. So I had the last name right. All right, let's do just two more each, or like yeah, two more each. Who became both a vice president and president of the United States without ever being elected to either office?
Uh,
I I have an idea for this one, but I'm not sure.
who became vice president and president of the United States without ever being elected to office? So for that to happen, it would probably have to be like an assassination, and
That's what I'm
then
thinking.
now was it the president after Kennedy? But he was already vice president.
So yeah, I don't know how you become vice president without being elected.
Unless the vice president and the president were killed, then
But like,
the next person in line would be the president.
but
That's
then
how
has I don't know has that ever happened?
I think, man. I don't know. I don't even know the answer to this. Let's just see what it is.
I was thinking my same answer I said for the last one, Lyndon B. Johnson. Let me see. Nope. Gerald Ford.
Gerald Ford.
He was elected the vice president and the president without ever being. Well, he became vice president and president without being elected. Okay. Who was the first female prime minister of a European country? These are a little bit too hard. Like,
They are hella hard.
I feel like I'm in school again.
Me too. I feel like the sweat is just like it's just
It's beating. So,
mhm.
yeah, I don't know. I'm leaving it blank. Margaret Thatcher.
Oh, I've heard of Margaret.
I've heard this, but I never would have known to use the name. Okay. So one more each. Which U.S. president issued the Emancipation? Oh, this is okay. Emancipation Proclamation. This is like the easiest one so far.
That nigga that was watching Our American Cousin, Abraham Lincoln.
Honest Abe. Yep,
Honest
Abraham
Abe.
Lincoln. All right, my last one. The Bill of Rights contains how many of the First Amendments to the United States Constitution? The Bill of Rights contains how many of the First Amendments to the 7? I don't know. 10 is the correct answer. All right, so that's it. These was a little too hard. I didn't realize how hard it was going to be. I didn't look at them other than the first question. So,
Ding ding ding.
We learned a few things, I guess. I didn't know Einstein had been offered to be the president of Israel.
Of Israel, right? That's crazy. I'm gonna have to go hit up Israel once I get my popularity, and I'll be like, man, Albert came to me in a dream. He said, "Y'all need a leader."
But if y'all ever before I get into the outro and everything, if y'all want to donate to the podcast, find us on Cash App at $the Stimulus Podcast. That's $the Stimulus Podcast, all one word. Feel free to donate whatever you would like.
Yes.
If you want to see us keep going and keep putting out episodes and content, I'm gonna take us out though on the single.
Hey, yeah, everywhere on iTunes, Spotify, all that shit.
But this has been episode 17 of the Stimulus Podcast. Thank y'all for tuning in again. My name is Deron Shields, aka the Commissioner, aka Melody, aka Blue Skittles. And go ahead and plug your social media and all that in the song and everything. I'm gonna play it after that.
I am Vision, the Great, VYSON, like Sight Vision, Vision the Great on Instagram, Snapchat, Vision Hunter on YouTube and Facebook. Oh, Vision the Great on Twitter too. But get the shit, mathematics everywhere, man. Streaming all over.
All right, thank y'all for watching.
I just wonder, I just wonder, I just wonder, I just wonder, I just want the money. You keep the rest. That's too much stress, I must confess. You better be guarding your neck, cause these niggas pressed over money. That's all they respect, so run up a check, but sleep with a tech. And make sure you come in correct, cause you can get stressed over money. 2 plus 2, yeah, that equals 4, but shit, play by play, well, that equals more. So I'm counting these dividends. They probably figure I'll never win. Underwear my grinding excellent, and my rhyming and timing so eloquently. Shifting up gears, I can barely see them now. Wake up, fiending for that green I'm clinging to. The idea of change, long as it makes some change. Otherwise, it's the same. That's why I just want the money. You keep the rest, that's too much stress, I must confess. You better be guarding your neck, cause these niggas pressed over money. That's all they